Hey guys, it's Gambit. If you found this channel, you're one of two people. You've either come from my TikTok, which I started in July of last year, or just some random person who clicked on this video on YouTube. Either way, welcome. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 15 strongest in the One Piece verse currently alive. Please take note that this is my opinion. If you disagree with any of my points, you're welcome to comment, and I'll respond to you as quickly as possible. I'm also not going to be including any old characters or featless characters in this video, mainly because I just don't know where to scale them. So that means no Rayleigh, Garps, and Goku, and no characters like Ben Beckman, Dragon, or Emu. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like. We're trying to grow this channel, Hey, 2023, let's go. So let's just start with number 15. Vinsmoke Sanji. When talking about the strength of Sanji in the One Piece community, people often underrate him. This is mainly because at face value, his feats aren't that impressive. In the Wano arc, he really only fought Queen and held off King for a little bit, while you have characters like Zoro, Killer, Kid, Law, and Luffy who all fought Yonkos. But let's not forget about Sanji's biggest feat, that obviously being how he perception blitzed Queen, Kaido's second commander, and moved so fast that it seemed as if he was invisible. Note that Queen is confirmed to have observation haki. He was also able to maintain this speed so that Queen's only choice of attack is to wait till he runs out of stamina so that he can see Sanji again. Note that this is also when Sanji is in base form. When you add amplifiers to his speed like Diablo Jambe and Ifrit Jambe, he becomes a force to be reckoned with. That's not all Sanji has going for him. He also has a durable exoskeleton and a huge regen factor. Unfortunately, why I can't put him any higher is because his feats are a little bit lackluster. But don't sleep on my man Sanji just because he didn't fight a Yonko. Sanji's place at 15 is well deserved. Roronoa Zoro. Zoro, the king of hell, the vice captain of the Straw Hats, the future greatest swordsman, someone who actually has an advanced form of Conqueror's Haki. Zoro's feats are definitely impressive. Let's talk about his biggest feats in Wano. He held off a combined attack from Kaido and Big Mom. His Ashura's Deadman game was able to scar Kaido permanently and took down the first commander of the Beast Pirates, King. Zoro 100% is a strong character who deserves to be at 14. The only thing about him is I think his feats are a little bit overrated. Even though he was able to hold off a combined attack from Big Mom and Kaido, his bones were broken in the process. His Ashura's Deadman game was able to permanently scar Kaido, but Kaido wasn't really affected by it. He was still able to fight Luffy and Yamato later on. However, when we're looking at Zoro's kit, we see he has Enma, we see he has 3 sword style, we see he has advanced Conqueror's Haki. Yeah, Zoro's a tough opponent. But I don't think he beats anybody above him. I think everybody higher than him on my list just does something better than Zoro that Zoro just can't match. So let's move on to number 13. Yamato. Yamato, our favorite big booby Oden wannabe looking ass. She has all 3 types of Haki, a mythical Zoan Devil Fruit, and has feats to back up her strength. His strength. She was able to clash with Kaido and hold him off until Luffy came back. The people who put Zoro above Yamato or just try to downplay Yamato in general usually use this one feat. That being, Hybrid Kaido wasn't going all out against Yamato because Yamato was still his son and didn't want to hurt him. But they forget that Kaido verbatim stated that he's not going to hold back against Yamato. Yamato's spot at 13 is a little bit debatable with Zoro, but I still think Yamato will take him in a fight. Either way, let's move on to the next one. Kid and Law. At number 11 and 12, we have Kid and Law. The reason why I put them together is I can't really put one distinctively over the other. I think between them, the fight is very close. If I had to bet on one, it would have to be Kid. But I don't really want to go too in depth on it because it will be a whole nother video. But let's talk about both of their feats. Let's start with Law. Law was able to break all of Big Mom's bones, awakened his Devil Fruit, and has shown that he can use his awakening at the beginning of battle in his fight against Blackbeard. Unfortunately, what he and Kid actually lack is their Haki. Neither of them have really strong Haki and haven't shown any strong Haki. However, Kid does have all 3 types of Haki. They do make it up in their own way. Law's Puncture Will was able to basically kill Big Mom, and Kid's awakening isn't anything to shy down either. His assign is so strong that not even Big Mom, a physical beast, can break off of it. He's also been shown to blitz Big Mom and physically pound her. Pause. He also tanked many of Big Mom's attacks, including in Conquer Sovereignty, and was just fine. The reason I can't put any of them higher is because I just don't think they're going to be a Yonko or an Admiral in a one-on-one. Which brings us to our top 10. Fujitora and Green Bull. Another one that I can't really distinctively tell who's stronger than the other, Some try to downplay Green Bull because he quote-unquote got fatherized by Shanks across Wano, when really Green Bull just was off guard. Not saying that Green Bull is stronger than Shanks, but his strength should be recognized. He no-diffed Queen and King at the same time, and has a contentious Black Blade. Fujitora also has feats to show. His observation haki and devil fruit mastery is so strong that he's able to take a meteor from space and just shove it down to Dressrosa. To be honest, your placement is kind of debatable with number 8, but I just think number 8 is stronger. Sabo. Sabo, the chief of staff of the Revolutionary Army, the man who fought both Fujitora and Greenbrier at Maryjoy. Really, the only thing we can say about him is he's him. Some people might get upset about this ranking, but without getting too in depth, I'm going to talk about a few of Sabo's feats that are very impressive. In Dressrosa, after eating the Flare fruit, he was able to throw hands with Fujitora. Note that in this fight, Sabo is still getting used to the fruit. He has advanced armament and regular observation haki. If you don't think Sabo has advanced armament, I'll make another video about it sometime later. He was able to notice Burgess, the same Burgess who was able to tank 2 Buddha Sengoku attacks, and also tanked a Raging Tiger from Fujitora. Now, before you guys go typing about, well, he's a Logia and Logias are passive abilities, so Raging Tiger wouldn't have any effect on him. I'm proud to prove that Logias are not a passive ability. If you do not turn your Logia form on, you will get hit. We see that in Alabasta, Smoker was able to get hit by a pre-time skip Luffy who does not know Haki. Smoker obviously being a Logia, and Smoker is able to put Ace's face in the ground even though he's also a Logia. So unless it's proven that this was retconned, Logias aren't a passive ability. So let's keep going, and this one's gonna start getting debatable. Monkey D. Luffy. We all know this guy. I don't think I need to talk too much about his abilities and feats. He has all 3 forms of advanced haki. Awaken his Devil Fruit, has Toon Force. Yeah, I mean, the GOAT is just him. But you guys might be wondering, why is he only at 7? To be honest, I think him and number 6 are very debatable. I think it would really go any way, and if you said Luffy beats number 6, I would not be mad at you. But Luffy's Gear 5 is a little bit overrated. People have to understand, just because you have Toon Force does not make you number 1 in the verse. Kaido KO'd Luffy multiple times before Luffy could even think of beating him. And then even when Luffy unlocked Gear 5, Gear 5 versus Kaido was not a one-sided fight by any means. I think everybody ahead of him just has better AP or feats or just statements that put him above Luffy. Although the GOAT has to be respected. Kizaru. Now, a lot of people on YouTube especially really like to downplay the Admirals for some reason. People be saying that Kainu lost to Old Whitebeard, which is not the case. I might make a new video about how the manga is different from the anime in Marineford, but just know that I have all 3 Admirals, all 3 OG Admirals above Old Whitebeard. Kizaru, someone who has advanced armament and arguably Future Sight, one of the best Devil Fruits in the entire verse. Just know, if you're caught up to the manga, Kizaru is him. Do not expect him to lose to someone like Zoro. Now, who do I have in a fight between Monkey D. Luffy and Kizaru? That's a little bit debatable. I think they're actually pretty close in strength, and I could really see it like kind of going either way. Luffy does have better feats though, so if you said Luffy is stronger, I would not be mad at you. But let's get into the top 5. Red-haired Shanks. I mean, Mr. Hockey Man. Stated to be a rival to the world's greatest swordsman, Mihawk, is a Yonko, so he's relative to every other Yonko. Has the ability to turn off everybody else's observation haki. I mean, Shanks doesn't really have many feats, but he does have a lot of statements that put him at a top tier level. He's also in Kaido's top 5. Shanks is him. Dracula Mihawk. The world's strongest swordsman, someone who was able to sense what was happening in the referee all the way from a distant island. He was supposed to be titled the Clairvoyant before Oda decided to change his title. He has a black blade, which just puts him at a completely different level. Someone with top tier armament, top tier observation, yeah, he's him. The reason why I have him above Shanks is pretty obvious. He is titled the world's strongest swordsman, and Shanks is a swordsman. Confirmed by Oda, by the way. Really, you can have Mihawk anywhere from 4 to 1, and I would not be mad at you. He's pretty interchangeable with everybody else. But I think number 3, 2, and 1 just have better feats, better AP, better statements. Let's finish this off. Top 3, let's go. Aokiji. Yeah, I have Aokiji here. It's not really that big of a surprise. I mean, who else did you expect? He has good statements, good feats. He has top tier stamina, able to fight on par with Akainu. for 10 days, by the way, has probably the best DC feat in all of One Piece. He was able to one-tap Jozu, the most durable Whitebeard pirate above Whitebeard himself. Someone who was able to block a Mihawk attack directed towards Whitebeard. Mihawk was trying in that attack, by the way. He stated it himself. Someone who has advanced armament haki and advanced observation haki. I mean, bro was able to freeze the ocean in pre-time skip. Unfortunately, he's just not as strong as the other two. Akainu. The donut maker himself, Akainu, has a top-tier devil fruit, advanced armament, and advanced observation haki, was dogging old Whitebeard. Again, I'll make another video on that later. It's the highest AP in all of One Piece. The best stamina in all of One Piece. Really, the only way you can put Akainu down the list is if you just don't understand what happened at Marineford. Akainu just has that dog in him. But it can't be number 1. Blackbeard. Marshall D. Teach, the current user of the Yami Yami no Mi and the Gur no Mi, someone stated to be the strongest, has strong armor and haki able to block an attack from Mizukyu. Some people downplay Teach because he's always screaming in pain, but people have to realize that Teach's devil fruit amplifies his pain, doubles his pain, and he's still able to endure these top tier attacks. Again, I don't want to make this video too long, but just know his fight against Law does not make Teach go any lower. Teach has statements and feats that put him at number 1. I mean, like, Blackbeard is just him. Anyway, yeah, that's my top 15 list. I'll probably go in depth throughout the year talking about each of these characters and why I think they're this strong. Honorable mention to Marco and King. They would probably be 16 and 17. Give me your list down below. If you have any problems, just comment it and I'll probably respond to you. And if this video is out by New Year's, which I hope will be because it's tomorrow, if I'm done editing by the night, then I'll probably upload it tomorrow. Happy New Year's. Make sure to like and subscribe. It's my new channel. Hopefully I can grow it to a big number by the end of the year. Follow my TikTok is in the description. I have other social medias, but I don't really want to give them out since... just don't worry about it. Anyway, talk to you guys later.